Hello, this is Adair with my first strategy video for Bungie's new game Destiny. Today we'll be going over the encounters for one of the Venus strikes called the Nexus. This particular run is set at level 24 within the strike playlist, but the strategy can be applied to any level. To start, you'll be dropped in the middle of a Vex and Fallen battle. These guys continuously spawn, so there's no need to stop and fight them. Just run straight through. As you approach it, you'll see some Fallen approaching or walking around the battlefield. Go ahead and take them out as fast as you can, because shortly after that you should see your bosses starting to spawn. You'll probably see a couple of judges, maybe some vandals. My teammates here are taking a little while to get up here. They're pretty easy to take out though, quick few headshots out to take care of the job. This difficulty is set at level 24, it can be applied to any level like I said. It's not the weekly difficulty, we will have a video on that when that comes out. So here we find the first Servitor, which is going to be one of the three bosses you'll be fighting in this encounter. The Servitors are pretty simple. They are big purple eyes, as you see here. The yellow signifies that they're a bit stronger than most of the enemies. What you want to do is you want to try and aim for the pupil of the eye. Now, you don't want to stress too much if you don't get the pupil. It's not a big deal if you don't. It just means you'll be able to get some critical shots on them. They're called precise shots. But you don't want to waste your time worrying about that. You just want to hurry up and get him down quickly. As you see, he does shoot some pretty nasty purple bolts. They hurt a bit, but we're a bit high level here, so we should be able to take care of that. As soon as that one's down, the next one will spawn outside, usually near the other side of the battlefield. Sometimes they'll spawn a little bit closer though. If you can get close enough, try and get him with a sticky or something of the sort. Something that'll leave a dot on him. That ought to make the fight a lot easier. But you also want to be quick, because now you're out in the open and it's starting to spawn a bit more rapidly. As soon as that one goes down, you'll start to see captains spawn. Now fallen captains are a bit stronger than their comrades. They have shields on them, they have more HP, they hit hard. So you've got two choices. You can either keep the ads under control or get rid of the Servitor quickly. After that, you'll fight for a few rooms and then you'll get to the last boss room. And here we find Secretor, I believe, the Nexus Mind. He's basically a giant Vex Hydra who will continuously spawn ads throughout the fight, throughout the room. He'll spawn them in groups of 3, so you want to spread out your fire team evenly to take care of their ads. This didn't happen in my encounter, and you'll see what happens when those ads aren't taken care of here in a bit. But as you see around him, he floats around the air, so your melee supers aren't really going to work on him. So if you got any kind of ranged supers, golden gun, grenades, void Nova bomb, that ought to do the trick. His eye is the weak spot, just like the Servitors, but again, you don't want to stress about it, because if you sit there too long, he will look at you, he will shoot some purple stuff at you, it's going to hurt. So you don't want to stay there too long. So here you can see the ad spawning down here, and I'm taking care of my group right here. Most Vex have a weak spot. Usually it's going to be the eyes on those harpies right there, or the goblins or hobgoblins. They have it in the middle as opposed to the head like most of the enemies, so you want to keep that in mind as well if you haven't had a chance to meet up with them yet. They're pretty easy to take down. I use the hand cannons. I usually get a one-shot, but you know, whatever works for you. And as you can see, my teammates didn't handle their ads, so they're starting to appear behind me as well. That's something that shouldn't be happening normally if they handle their ads. And let's take out this one right here. And so you see I got a clear shot of his eye right there, but I can't stay there too long. As you see, he's taking about a quarter of my health every time he hits me with that. And now you can see one of my buddies' groups of ads that he didn't handle coming at me. So this is why we handle ads, and you're going to see this in a lot of the encounters here in Destiny. Thank you, Fireborn. You're going to see this in a lot of the encounters here in Destiny in which the ads have to be handled, or you're just going to have a hard time with the boss. I'm not kidding. If we were any lower geared, this probably would have been a wipe. And I probably would have been raging because ads weren't handled and I got to do all the dirty work. So as you see, we're still got the same promise. I didn't even finish the first group and the next group spawned. But thankfully, my teammates were strong enough to bring down the boss, and there you go. So there you go. Focus on the ads, make sure they're down. Once ads are down, focus on the boss. Be patient with him. He got shields and immune shield, and it won't work if you try to shoot at the shield. Other than that, enjoy yourself.